Okay, today we shall discuss about fourth chapter. The book is Spiritual Connection. The title of fourth chapter is given here Guru's Order. We shall discuss today about Guru's Order. What is the significance in the Guru's Order? What is the result if we carry out it and if we don't? And how one can carry out Guru's Order? Very interesting subject for every devotee. Before entering the deep subject matter, the author described a phenomenon and some conversation between Guru Dhaumo and his dear disciple Upamanyu. Dhaumo was a very affectionate guru and very caring to his disciples. Among his disciples, one was Upamanyu. Physically, he was plump, fatty, physically thick. Generally, those persons who take much food stuff become fatty and thick. Upamanyu was fatty. He was plump. Dhaumo, his Gurudev, wanted Upamanyu quite eligible to understand the significance of Guru's order and thus quite able to carry out it. It was the planning of Dhaumo. And also he wanted to see the limit of tolerance and the depth of faith of Upamanyu to his Guru's order. One day, Dhaumo asked Upamanyu, Upamanyu, I am seeing that day by day you are becoming fatty. Now I wonder, how do you support yourself? Where from? You are getting plenty of foodstuffs. And having those foodstuffs, you are becoming fatty day by day. Where from you are supporting yourself? Upamanyu replied, my Gurudev, I support myself by begging. It is the parampara of sannyasi and brahmachari to beg door to door. And by begging, they are maintaining themselves. So there is no mischief in begging for a brahmachari. Upamanyu, being a brahmachari, was begging. But Gurudev was angry, hearing that by begging Upamanyu is supporting himself. Gurudev told that when a brahmachari used to beg, he begged only for his Gurudev, not for himself. You are begging and you are eating those begged foodstuff. What is this? You should not do so. From tomorrow onwards, whatever you beg, you should surrender those foodstuffs to me. This is your duty. Being a very humble and submissive disciple, Upamanyu never argued that my Gurudev, if I give every foodstuff to you, then how shall I support myself? Upamanyu did not argue. He agreed. Okay, Gurudev. And at the next day, or from the next day, he used to submit his uh, collected foodstuff to his Gurudev. But Upamanyu does not lose his weight. So Dhomo, after some days, Dhomo told again, Upamanyu, still you are fatty. You have not lost your weight. So how you are supporting yourself? Upamanyu told Gurudev, after submitting my baked foodstuff to you, I go for a second round for begging, and which I got in my second round, I I used to eat those foodstuffs. Gurudev laughed in his mind, but apparently he did not show his laughing. He told, no, no, my dear disciple, it is you should not go for a second round. Because if you used to beg second round, third round, fourth round, then other brahmacharis, other sannyasis, they would not get any foodstuff. And it is a legitimate uh, demand for all the brahmachari and sannyasi to get pretty amount of share for maintaining themselves. But if you go for second round, then obviously they would not get enough amount of foodstuff. Then they have to starve. So it should not be uh, the ideal behavior of a brahmachari to go for a second round. Upamanyu agreed. Okay, Gurudev, I will not do it from tomorrow. Again, after some days, Upamanyu did not lose his weight. So the anxiety of Gurudev, why he is not losing his weight? Still, he is quite fatty. So he asked again, Upamanyu, now how you are supporting yourself? Then Upamanyu said, Gurudev, by your order, Like a cowherd boy, I used to uh, herding the cows in the field. And in the field, I drink the milk of the cows. So in this way, I am supporting myself. Gurudev told, I ordered you for herding the cows, not for sucking the milk of the cows. Because the milk of the cows are the property of your Gurudev, and you are stealing the property of your Gurudev. Are you a thief? So don't do it. Okay, he agreed. Again, after a few days, Gurudev saw that his disciple is still fatty. He has not lost any weight. So Gurudev again told, Upamanyu, now how are you supporting yourself? Then the disciple told that when the calves drink the milk of the cows, then uh, some milk uh, come out from their mouth when they suck the uh, breast of the cows, and I lick those milk. So I am not sucking the milk, but I used to lick the milk which are coming out from the mouth of the calves. Then Gurudev told, no, no, it's you should not do it because it is the right of the calves and you are disturbing them. So you should not do it. In this way, Gurudev was observing his disciple, how long he would carry out his order. And also, he was trying to establish or to develop the faith on the protection of Guru and Krishna into his disciple. Nupamanyu never argued with his disciple, with his Gurudev. Whatever Gurudev ordered, he accepted it without any argument, without any question. He accepted it. Gurudev was very happy to see his submissive attitude. And after passing every test, every order of Gurudev means test. Uh, we should uh, accept the order of the Gurudev as the question paper of exam. And if we are uh, able to carry out the order, then we have finished the question paper very well. So we should think the order of the Gurudev as the question paper in the exam. From this story, we heard that already Upamanyu has got several question papers and he sat for the exam. Now he is in a state that he could not accept the baked foodstuff, not the milk of the cows, and even not for the extra milk coming out from the mouth of the calves. So now what he would eat? He was starving. He could not control himself from his appetite. But what should he eat? Gurudev did not allow him to eat a single uh, grain or fruit and even milk. It is a very tough exam, very tough question paper to answer. Day by day, Upamanyu observed fasting, but one day he could not tolerate the demand of his appetite. He rushed to the nearby jungle and without considering, he just plucked some leaves and eat those. He did not consider what leaves he was eating. Unfortunately, the leaves were very poisonous leaves. Unknowingly, Upamanyu accepted and ate those poisonous leaves. As a result, then and there, he lost his eyesight completely. He became blind for eating the poisonous leaves. Being blind completely, when returning to his ashram, Upamanyu fell into a deep, dark well, and he could not come out from the well. So Upamanyu was obliged to be in the well. His Gurudev was very much worried to see that Upamanyu is not in the ashram. It became evening and then night, but Upamanyu did not return to his ashram. Gurudev was very worried. And at the next day, in the very early morning, Gurudev came out from the ashram and shouted, Upamanyu, Upamanyu, where are you? He shouted very loudly. And Upamanyu heard the sound of his Gurudev. From the deep well, Upamanyu answered, Gurudev, I am here, I am here. Please rescue me. Gurudev rushed to the well and asked his disciple, what happened? How did you fall in the well? Upamanyu never blamed his Gurudev, but he blamed himself. He said, Gurudev, it is uh, my mischief. I disobey your order. So I ate some leaves. You have told me not to leave anything without your permission. But due to fasting for some days, I forgot your instruction, and without any permission, I ate some leaves. And for that disobeying, I am suffering now. I have lost my eyesight, and now I am the deep well. Gurudev was very happy to see the attitude of his disciple, and he told that I am giving you a mantra. You please chant the mantra and pray to the Ashwini Kumar. Who was Ashwini Kumar? Ashwini Kumar was two persons who are supposed to be divine physician. They are the physician of the demigods, doctor in the heaven, heavenly doctors. So, of course, Ayurvedic doctors, not homeopathic or allopathic doctors, Ayurvedic doctors. Gurudev gave him the mantra and advised him to chant the mantra and pray to the Ashwini Kumar. So Upamanyu began to chant the mantra and his prayer. As Upamanyu already got the blessings of Gurudev, so Ashwini Kumar, they were also happy with Upamanyu and they appeared before him very soon and they gave him a cake. The cake was the medicine for regaining his eyesight. Ashwini Kumar, they advised him to eat the cake at once. But Upamanyu already realized what is the significance of disobeying the order of the Gurudev. He already had realized it. So when Ashwini Kumar, the divine doctors, ordered him to eat the cake immediately, he denied. He told that, please forgive me. I shall eat the cake after getting the permission from my Guru. Ashwini Kumar told him that in the past it happened that even your Gurudev eat the cake without taking permission from his Gurudev. So your Gurudev has eaten the cake without permission. Following him, you please eat the cake without permission. But Ashwini Kumar did not. He told that what my Gurudev did, it is not the subject of my judgment. I cannot judge my Guru. But what can I do? I shall pray for his permission. Seeing his respect to his Gurudev, Ashwini Kumar was very happy. And by their blessing, Upamanyu regained his eyesight. So in this way, what we have learned from this story, what is the significance of accepting the order of the Gurudev? Actually, for our spiritual life, it is most important to accept the order of the Gurudev very seriously and to carry it out. It is most important thing. Upamanyu, he is also our teacher. He made us learn how to carry out the order of the Gurudev very sincerely. He accepted the strict discipline of his Guru. He properly understood the position of the Guru, the position of the disciple, and the relationship between them. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is written that Lord Ramchandra said, the order of the spiritual master must be executed without consideration. The poem is like that, Guru Agga or Bichara Niya. You cannot consider by your tiny intelligence the nature of the order of the Guru, whether the order is correct or incorrect. Any disciple cannot consider it. It is beyond his judgment. If a disciple think himself so great that even he can judge his Gurudev, then it is the symptom of his fall down. We cannot judge our Gurudev. We cannot judge even the senior disciples. Krishna will judge them. We are not in a position to judge our senior Vaishnava. Okay? So, Guru Agga or Bichara Niya. Guru is the transparent medium of Krishna. Krishna is also giving us various orders. Krishna is within our heart as Kshirodakshay Vishnu, Paramatma, Super Soul. And for our benefit, the Super Soul within our heart is giving various orders. But as we are imperfect, we cannot realize those orders. We cannot read the messages given by the Super Soul. So out of love, Super Soul manifested as Gurudev. And Super Soul is giving us the proper order through the Gurudev, so that we can understand that order and we can carry it out, and thus we can become purer. That is the policy. So when Gurudev is ordering something, we should take it as the order of the Krishna. And it is indeed. The order of Guru means the order of Krishna or Super Soul. And those orders are given to me just to strengthen me. When I carry out the order, I become stronger. And I become able to carry out more hard order, more tough order. We have to accept those orders in this way. So Guru is transparently passing down Krishna's order. Whatever Gurudev ordered us, it is actually the order of the Krishna. Gurudev is our spiritual physician, spiritual doctor. And we came in the hospital of Gurudev. The name of the hospital is ISKCON. ISKCON is the spiritual hospital, and Gurudev is the doctor. There are several doctors in ISKCON hospital, and the patients who are admitted in the hospital, Gurudev give them some medicines in form of order. And the serious patients carry out the orders, that is, they are taking the medicines actually, and their disease are cured gradually. One day they become 100% cured from the disease, and they go back to Godhead. This is the policy of Krishna, and Gurudev is the representative of Krishna for making us enable to go back to Godhead. But for going back to Godhead, we should be one-pointed. We should not be multi-focused. That is very dangerous. In Bhagavad Gita 2.41, we have already studied Krishna's very famous verse, Vyavasayatmika buddhi, eka iho kurunandan. What is the complete verse? Who can say? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Please raise your hand. Who can remember the verse? Where is Gokul Prabhu or Santosh Prabhu? Okay. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eka iho kurunandan. Bahu sakha hi anantasya. Buddhaya avyavasayinam. Bahu sakha. Bahu sakha means multi-branch. Who is not Vyavasayatmika buddhi? That means his intelligence is divided into multi-branches. He has many goals in his life. That means he is multi-focused. For a person who is multi-focused, it is impossible for him even to be successful in material life. What to speak of spiritual path? For a person who is multi-focused, it is impossible even to be successful in material life. In material life also, we should be properly focused to be successful. We may be businessman or service holder or self-employed, but we should be focused properly. If a student is not focused, he cannot be successful in exam. When a businessman is not focused, then he will not able to run his business very well. Then what to speak of spiritual life? We entered into spiritual domain, but we are not focused. So there is no future for us in our spiritual life. We have to be Vyavasayatmika buddhi. We should be determined. We should be fixed in faith. And we should have firm conviction to our Gurudev. firm conviction to Gurudev means having the faith 100% that my Gurudev is quite able to send me back to Godhead. Gurudev is so expert that if I just carry out his order, he is quite capable to send me back to Godhead. That firm conviction means faith. শ্রদ্ধা শব্দে বিশ্বাস কহে সুদৃঢ় নিশ্চয়. Here the example of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj is given. He was the Gurudev of the author. And the author wrote here that his Gurudev was so focused and his Gurudev has respect to Srila Prabhupada in such a way that at every night before going to bed, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj prayed to Srila Prabhupada and asked whether Srila Prabhupada wanted Maharaj to do anything what he did not. So in this way, we should pray before going to bed to Gurudev or Prabhupada. Have I done anything which you do not prefer? Or have I not done anything which actually you preferred? The subject is that we should consider ourselves as the tool of the Gurudev. We are the tool and Gurudev is operator of the tool. Jantro and Jantri. So we should invest our time throughout the day just for carrying out the order of the Gurudev. Now one may ask that how shall I realize what is the order of my Gurudev? Because in ISKCON, it is not possible for any Gurudev to personally order his disciples. Then how shall I get the daily order from Gurudev? Answer is yes, it is not possible for our Gurudev to personally order us. So we have to be connected with local temple. And the local temple authority, they will take care of us and they will provide with some instructions, some projects, some orders, which we should perform very sincerely. We should accept the order of the local temple authorities as the order of the Gurudev. And we should carry out the order of the authorities very sincerely. In this way, our Gurudev will be pleased to us. This is the secret. Next, subtopic is test must come. Srila Prabhupada wrote, one must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master. We must be able, we have to build the uh, confidence and the skill so that we can pass out the test taken by Gurudev or local authority. And when we pass out, then Gurudev send his blessings. Accepting the blessings of Gurudev, we become stronger for carrying out even more hard order, more tough order. So it is written here, a disciple must be tested to become qualified to receive benediction, promotion, and empowerment. Everyone want to receive benediction from Gurudev. Everyone wants to be promoted by Gurudev and to be empowered by Gurudev. But how shall we empowered or promoted? The ways to qualify the test arranged by Guru or authority. At almost every day they are arranging for test. We have to pass out the test and then we will be promoted to the next class. Why Gurudev are taking the test or why the local authorities are taking the test? Just to discourage us, to scare us? No. They are arranging a test for us so that we can be promoted to the next class. Consider our school life. In our school, we faced a lot of tests in every year or even in every month. School authority, they arranged for various type of tests. Some are surprise test, some are scheduled test, annual examination, yearly, half yearly, quarterly, unit test, oral test, written test, series of tests. Why the authorities are arranging so many tests? Not for discouraging us, but their noble purpose is to make us even more intelligent, more studious, more knowledgeable, and in that way to promote us to the next class. Class 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and so on. If we deny for giving the test, then we will remain in the same class year after year. Same is the case for spiritual domain also. Case is the same. In spiritual domain, in spiritual school like ISKCON, the teachers, the school principal, they are arranging for various tests for our benefit. Their every orders are actually question papers. So we should accept their orders. Even there are some untold orders. There may be some untold instructions which we should feel by the association of the senior devotees. And we should carry out those orders. In this way, day by day, we shall be confident enough, qualified enough, empowered enough to pass out all the tests. And in that way, one day, there will be a final test. Exam of death. Is there anyone who have already sit for that exam? Exam of death? No, there is nobody. But any day that surprise test may come. Exam of death is surprise test, not scheduled. We are not fortunate like Parikshit Maharaj that exam of death is scheduled day. After 7 days, your exam will be taken. But we are so unfortunate that at any day, any moment, we may receive the question paper of exam of death. But if we used to sit for the exam every day, every moment, and by the grace of Guru, if we pass out all those exams successfully, then we shall be empowered enough to pass out even the exam of death. And for making us empowered enough, Guru and authority, they are arranging for several tests every day. It is their mercy to us. Like each of us has already passed the board exam, class 10 exam. Okay. Except Shreyosi, each of us already passed out the exam. But consider from class 1 to 9, if we did not sit for any exam and we uh, participated in the final board exam as our first exam, then what would be the result? What would be the result? Moumita Mataji, what do you think?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. I think that we will not be able to write or will not be able to manage the timing as we should have been if we have not appeared for any exam from from the PP classes to class 10, class 9.
Okay. So authorities are arranging for the exams in every class just as the mercy to us. They are making us prepare for the next class. So it is very important to sit for a number of tests. We should not be annoyed with the test. Rather, we should be happy for participating in the daily test schedule. The more we shall participate in the test, we will be more confident, more skilled to accept even higher challenges. Anyone may say that I am also practicing Krishna consciousness, but I am not going any challenges. There is no test in my life, but I am progressing very well. Then what is the cause behind it? Actually, he is not facing any challenges. He is not sitting for any exam. That means he is not actually progressing in Krishna consciousness. He is standing in a same point. He is not progressing. Standing at the same point, he is thinking that as if he is progressing. But he is not progressing at all. He is simply floating on the surface of Krishna consciousness. We should not just float, but we should go deep in the sea of Krishna consciousness. Okay, we have already learned that we should be joyful when authority or Gurudev instruct us something, and very humbly we shall carry out the instruction, or at least we shall try to accept those orders, and in that way we become stronger and more prepared to pass the next exam, and then we grow even more stronger to pass for the next exam, and one day we shall be so stronger to pass the exam of death. That is the main criteria to pass the final exam of death. For any particular disciple, it may happen that here he is accepting the same challenge again and again, same challenge. From this phenomenon, what shall we conclude? We shall conclude that he did not pass the exam. So he is to sit for the exam again and again, for the same exam. In our material field also, if a student do not able to pass for the exam of class 6, then he will be not he will not be promoted to class 7, and at the next year he have to sit for the exam of class 6 again, again and again. He have to sit for the same examination, same question paper, same syllabus, until and unless he passes it and promoted to the next class. After promoted to the next class, he will have another question paper, more tough question paper, according to the syllabus of class 7, then class 8, then 9, and then final board exam class 10. So if we do not accept any challenge, or we are accepting the same challenge again and again, that means we should we should be very serious that something is uh, something there is something problem in my spiritual practice. Maybe we are not serious to carry out the order of Gurudev and authority, or maybe there is some problem in our attitude. Maybe we are lazy enough to go forward. There must be some problem in our spiritual journey. So we have to analyze ourselves to find out the problem, or we should go to our spiritual teacher for discussing the problem and to find out the solution of the problem. Many devotees very often told me, Prabhu, there is a lot of problem, lot of challenge in front of me for my spiritual journey. Actually, it is very good. It is very good. And if the challenge become even more hard, that means I have already promoted to the next higher class. And so the question paper is higher, more tough. It is quite natural. Here it is written that after a test is passed, we are promoted to a higher level where a more difficult test awaits us. The higher we go, the tougher the test becomes. The process does not become easier and easier, but it becomes more and more difficult. It is quite natural. We all are aware of it. Is the question paper of class 6 is easier than class 5? Is the question paper of class 7 is easier than 6? Is the question paper of class 10 is easier than class 8? No. Rather, it is more difficult. Then why we are expecting that our test will be easier in future? No. We should prepare ourselves for even more difficult test. This is quite natural. The test will be more difficult. our family members who are not devotee, they may oppose even more than present time. He may be the question paper in front of me. Actually, the question paper of Maya Devi or Guru Dev or authority, it will be not in black and white or in uh, some like Bhaiva Bhosi, oral exam. No, the nature is different. For a devotee wife, a non-devotee husband may be the question paper. For a devotee mother, a non-devotee son or daughter may be the question paper. For a devotee uh, office staff, his non-devotee boss may be the question paper. And their conduct may be more tough day by day. So we have to accept the challenge. When we do not accept the challenge, then how shall we accept the challenge of death? That is not possible. So we have to accept the challenge of every exam. Krishna is taking care of every devotee. Krishna is there to provide us with every tools, techniques, and teachings. But we are not pure enough to directly accept advices and teachings from Krishna. And we may be not fortunate enough even to directly accepting the advice of our Gurudev. Because Krishna is very busy and Guru is also very busy in his con. So there will be some devotee who will take care of us, who has enough time for taking care, for guiding us. He should be capable of guiding the devotees. He should be skilled to do so. So, like this, Krishna will arrange some devotee uh, for taking care of us, for guiding us, for taking test, and through that devotee, Krishna will bless us, empower us for the next higher level of test. So we should not be afraid of test. Rather, we should be joyful, seeing a very tough test. I am I am accepting a very tough test means I have already promoted to a higher class. Higher class. Because he will receive the question paper for 10. student of class 5 will not receive the question paper of class 10. So we know that many devotees, they are facing very tough challenges. Don't be bothered. Pray to Gurudev. Gurudev is arranging for the test, and Gurudev will empower us to pass the test. By the mercy of Gurudev, what will be happened? Mukong karoti bachalong, pungung langhayate giring. Any impossible becomes possible by the mercy of Guru. Impossible becomes possible. So there is no way for us to think about it in a negative way. No question of negativeness. We should be positive enough. We have Gurudev with us. We have Srila Prabhupada with us. If we study sincerely, practice Krishna consciousness sincerely, then one day we shall be able to pass for the exam. Okay. Now the subtopic is taking risk. It is written here, a devotee should go to any extent to serve Guru and Krishna. And for that reason, he should be ready to take all kinds of bona fide risk. It is written here, bona fide risk. Okay. To serve Gurudev or to serve Krishna, we have to accept the risk. Without accepting any risk, how shall I satisfy Gurudev? We should go out from our comfort zone. There is a famous lecture by His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. Come out from your comfort zone. In our comfort zone, there is no risk or very little risk. But we should not be very much attached to our comfort zone. That will not please Guru and Krishna. To be in a very comfort zone, it is very easy. Everybody can stay in a comfort zone. There is no such risk. And happily one can stay in comfort zone. But that will not please Krishna. Rather, when any person goes out from his comfort zone, take risk for preaching Krishna consciousness, then Guru and Krishna become happy. And they empowered that person so that he can face the difficult situation and he can win over it. There are many examples. Jesus Christ, he even risked his life for preaching God consciousness. He risked his life and he was crucified for preaching God consciousness. Another example is Srila Prabhupada. He also risked his life. Sumati Morarji told Srila Prabhupada again and again, please don't go to America. You are an old man, strictly vegetarian. In America, there is so cold that he will not survive there. He will die there. And he will have no proper vegetable food stuff. How will you survive there? But Srila Prabhupada requested him again and again, please give me a ticket. Because my Gurudev instructed me to go to the Western world and to preach Krishna consciousness. Just see the attitude of Srila Prabhupada. Just to fulfill the desire of his Guru, just for accepting the order of his Gurudev, he even took the risk of his life. 70 years old person is going to a foreign country, America, having no money, no family member, no friends, no disciples there. And also in the cargo ship, there were 2 heart attacks of Srila Prabhupada. After reaching America in Boston and in New York, what Srila Prabhupada did was he uh, make an appointment for a cardiologist? No. Though he was suffering from heart disease, 2 heart attacks already uh, happened to him. But in America, he did not try to get any appointment of any cardiologist. In that way, he risked his life. But due to unflinching faith to his Guru, he took the risk. We are the follower of Srila Prabhupada. Follower means we have to follow his footsteps. And his footsteps are surrounded by the risk. Such big risk. So when we have to take some small risk, we should not hesitate. Because we should consider that we are taking the risk for Krishna only. And Krishna will save me, Krishna will guide me, empower me. My Guru Maharaj used to say, don't hesitate for taking any risk for Krishna. In Kali Yuga, there is some risk for preaching Krishna consciousness. Even in India also, in Bangladesh, there is much risk. In Pakistan, there is much risk. But still, when Srila Prabhupada told his two disciples that go to Pakistan and preach Krishna consciousness, at which time, when the India-Pakistan war about to happen, very critical time, very uh, uh, at that time the tension between India and Pakistan was increased very much. Anytime the battle between India and Pakistan may start. At that time, Srila Prabhupada told his two disciples to go to Pakistan and preach Krishna consciousness. And his disciples, without any consideration, then and there, he went to Pakistan without any money, without any friend, without any help from ISKCON. Just considering the mercy of Gurudev, they went to Pakistan. And in that country, they have to suffer much from the Muslim community. And one day, Srila Prabhupada noticed in the newspaper that two sannyasi were murdered in Pakistan for preaching God consciousness. Srila Prabhupada became uh, full of anxiety for his disciples. He tried to contact with them. Actually, when they left India and went to Pakistan, Srila Prabhupada tried to contact them and instruct them, please come back to India because the time is very, very contrary to India in Pakistan. Tension becomes more and more. So please come back to India. So Prabhupada tried to instruct them, but at that time there was no provision of mobile phone, and as ISKCON, anyone of ISKCON did not know about their address, their phone number, and anything. So Srila Prabhupada could not contact them. But when he read this in newspaper, Prabhupada became very worried about them. But fortunately, those sannyasis were not the disciple of ISKCON. One day, those disciples managed to connect Srila Prabhupada. They rang Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada became very happy to hear their voices and instruct them, come to India at once. After receiving the new instruction of Srila Prabhupada, they came back India. Just consider their attitude. At that time, they took such a risk to go to Pakistan to preach Krishna consciousness. Actually, Srila Prabhupada told them to do so because in an open program, a non-devotee, he challenged Prabhupada. Why you are preaching in India? In India, everyone knows about Krishna. If you are really a bold person, then accept my challenge and send your devotees to Pakistan and preach their Krishna consciousness. Then I will think how bold you are, how you have developed faith on Krishna. In open program, he challenged Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada accepted the challenge and told his devotees to go to Pakistan. So Prabhupada took a big risk in his life, and his followers, they also took many big risk in their lives. So we have to prepared for taking risk to please Krishna and Guru. By taking such bold risk, a disciple proves the world his level of conviction. Because a disciple always think that Krishna is my protector. If we strongly believe in that Krishna is our absolute protector, then we should not be worried to take any risk, even to take life risk, because Krishna will protect us. Rakhe Hori, Mareke. So there is no question to be worried uh, seeing the tough exam paper. In that way, when we became ready to take any type of risk for Krishna and pray for Krishna for his security and submit the whole life, soul to the lotus feet of Krishna, then Krishna begins to personally control our life. Actually, Krishna wants to control our life. But unless we let him to do so, unless we request him to do so, he cannot take our control. We have to request Krishna. We should request Krishna that Krishna, my body is actually yours. My mind, ego, intelligence, I'm submitting everything to your lotus feet. Please accept all this. Please control me, control my body, intelligence, ego, and uh, please engage me in your service. We should pray like this. That's what we learned from today. The prime duty of a disciple is to follow the order of the Gurudev without any question, without any consideration, because our intelligence is so tiny that we shall not be able to judge the Guru's order. We are not judge. We are not to judge uh, for Guru's order or any Vaishnavas. We should engage our intelligence to just follow the Guru's order, not for judgment. And Guru orders us to promote us and to examine us, how serious we are. We have to prepare ourselves enough to pass the exam. And when we pass exam of any class, then naturally we promoted to the next higher class. Gurudev became very happy to know that we are already promoted to next higher class. After getting promotion, we became stronger, more empowered for the next higher class, and the question paper we receive in the higher class is more tough than the previous class. It will be continued throughout our life. It will be continued in every day, every moment of our life. In material education system, there is a limit of class 11, 12, then BA, MA, PhD, and one day it will be stopped. But in the spiritual domain, there is a no limit. Every day may be a new class. Gurudev, considering our class, he select appropriate question paper for us. If we surrender to Gurudev, then Gurudev bestow his mercy upon us so that we can pass out the exam. One by one exam come to us, and when we pass out the exam, then again we are promoted to the next higher class. In that way, after getting promotion, one another one, we became more stronger, more confident, more faithful. And in this way, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, one day we may become enough confident, enough stronger to face the exam of death. And if we pass out that exam, then we get a ticket of Vaikuntha Airlines. Free ticket. Vaikuntha Airlines, spiritual airlines for going back to Godhead. So this is the key. This is the key formula of this chapter. Okay, so Fourth chapter is completed. If you have any question, you may raise your hand. Next day, we'll go for the fifth chapter, which is the heading is Why Chastisement? Hari bol. Why chastisement? Shreyoshi, Hare Krishna, Shreyoshi Mataji, unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, as you said that in spiritual life, one always have to give exam. So even if some devotee, after returning back to Godhead, he or she will have to give exams after that also.
No, there is no exam. There is no exam. Vaikuntha is without any anxiety. Exam means anxiety. There is no anxiety. Bigato kuntha jasmat iti vaikuntha. There is no kuntha, no anxiety, no more exam, no more test. Okay. So now we are going to close our class for today. Panchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. All glories to Srila Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.